when you send your children to school and then they go to universities and they learn for years to think under this assumption and within this framework, what do you expect? Who are they going to vote for? Zohran Mamdani or a corrupt sexual predator candidate? Because that's how they see it.
Why have people like Zohran Mamdani become such important political figures in America? What is his rise? Tell us about the future of major American cities. We see more and more people like him being elected.
Listen, Daniel, if Osama bin Laden runs today in the American election, he will win in some cities. And this romanticization of Hitler, of Osama bin Laden, if you remember the Osama bin Laden's letter that surfaced after October 7, and it was a trend among the Gen Z or Gen X, or I don't know these letters in there. But this romanticization is the peak of decades of indoctrination that took place in academia, in the media, and the culmination of the white guilt, the culmination of intersectionality, cultural relativism, different elements kept piling up until we reached the moment, and that moment was October 7, where the entire structure collapsed. And people like Zohran Mamdani is the incarnation of everything that was growing or piling up for these years. He is non-white, non-Christian. He belongs to an oppressed group. He is Israel. Israel is the extension of the Western colonization, the Western powers, the Western system that must be brought down in order to redeem these generations. These generations want to redeem themselves. There is the inability to understand the world from a different worldview. They live inside a bubble. They look at the privilege they have as a result of oppressing others instead of looking at them as the achievement of real hard work and great ideas. Instead of celebrating the West for giving women equal rights to be the first in the world, instead of celebrating the West for liberating the slaves, the West is the only side to be condemned for slavery. Instead of praising and glorifying the ideas that built the Western civilization, these ideas are not considered at all, because in the left thinking, ideas are not behind outcomes. Situations create ideas. What do I mean by that? So in Marxism, they believe that whatever ideology or ideas you hold to, they're not genuine. They were not generated by an authentic source or a transcendent source, for example, when it comes to faith. The ideas you believe in are the result of your circumstances. So because of, if you are living among the oppressed, the proletariat, then you will believe what the oppressor fed you. That is why postmodernism, relativism, there's no such a thing as gender. You create your own gender, you create your own truth. And that is why Islamic Jihad is not seen as an idea that generates violence and supremacy and discrimination. Islamic Jihad is seen as the result of circumstances imposed by the oppressor, which is the West. And that is why Islamic Jihad and Islamic terrorism is not to be condemned, but to be seen as justified political actions. So when you send your children to school and then they go to universities and they learn for years to think under this assumption and within this framework, what do you expect? Who are they going to vote for? Zohran Mamdani or a corrupt sexual predator candidate? Because that's how they see it. They see Zohran Mamdani as the oppressor who must rise up. He's the underdog who must become the mayor. The other guy, he is from the oppressor group. So this explains the entire situation, everything that we're dealing with.